Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you are in the world, welcome, and thank you for joining us. My name is Carl Anthony, and this is AutoVision News Radio Live at AutoSens and InCabin Europe 2024. We are here today with Dr. Paul Wu from OMNIVISION. Now, Paul joined OMNIVISION in 2019. Today, he is now leading the automotive product marketing team with key responsibilities in product management, go-to-market strategy, customer engagement, and building business success with partners in OMNIVISION's automotive segment. And that last one is key. The building business success is key because we'll talk about that in a minute, because OMNIVISION has had some big news here at AutoSens and InCabin Europe 2024. But Paul, welcome. Good to see you, friend.
Same here.
Yeah. So I mentioned that there's some big news here at the Europe event, Barcelona here. However, last year, let's just rewind the clock shortly.
That's good.
It was last year about this time that you introduced ThiaCell technology, which led to an ultimate expansion of your product family and ended up really being a game changer, not just for OMNIVISION, but for the industry at large. So could you introduce us to some of this new family that we saw last year?
Yeah, let's start with our last year's announcement, right? Our first announcement of the product for ThiaCell is our 8-meg sensor, XAD. Since last year release, we got a huge interest from the industry globally. And I'm very happy to announce we got already several design wins awards from the OEM customers. And this year, what we bring to the Barcelona is a more expanded portfolio. Like we will introduce industry first 12-meg automotive sensor, and also lower than 8-meg, we will bring our 5-meg X5D sensor. And all this will reuse all the designs, all the beauties, all the merits from XAD ThiaCell technology.
Right. Paul, let's take a moment. Can you introduce us further to the X12A?
Yeah, of course, because I think with XAD, we already can fulfill a lot of requirements from customer, from market. But the market is still building up very quickly, and more customers asking for see wider requirement, where the higher resolution sensors is a must. And that's why we further expand our ThiaCell product portfolio from 8-meg to 12-meg.
Right. Paul, when we look at the X12A, how is it different from the last generation that was in the market before? What are some of the defining aspects that make it different from the previous generation?
Exactly, that's a very good question. I think our ThiaCell technology is very, very unique in the terms of HDR, high dynamic range performance, LED flicker mitigation, low light sensitivity, definitely industry leading. And also automotive is famous for the high temperature operations. And for X12A or the Nixle technology family itself, it really provide a very good high temperature operation performance.
Right. Paul, in prior interviews we've done before, we always talk about high resolution image sensors. Why is this important for the automotive industry? Why are high resolution image sensors important when we're talking about just the whole picture of ADAS in automotive?
Yes, let's take front vision ADAS as an example. And current 8, normally it can have 2 cameras for the car, like tele, which is really look further down the road. And a little bit of wide FOV for the pedestrians, etc., etc. And for the really the look further down the road, that camera, the 12-meg can provide even higher range, which you can detect more down the road, further down the road, which give the driver or the system a longer responsible time. Response time to take action, basically.
Right. With regard to the X12A, which we've been discussing, a two-part question here. First, Has that already been deployed elsewhere in the automotive industry? And then further to that, when is it expected to reach mass production?
Yeah, of course. We are discussing with several customers for X12A acquisition,
Yes.
and globally, of course, and it's going on well. And the product supposed to go to mass production somewhere 2025, end of 2025 or beginning of 2026.
Yeah. It's exciting, Paul, because what we've been talking about, that really gets us caught up on the last year since we last saw each other at AutoSens. And it's exciting to follow the OMNIVISION LinkedIn page. And I see the ThiaCell post, and I always smile because I think, I know that because I've talked to you. But
good.
We have a new announcement now.
Right.
So here at AutoSens and InCabin Europe 2024, OMNIVISION and Philips are jointly demonstrating a prototype of the world's first in-cabin connected well-being monitoring system. So Paul, can you tell us more about this latest news from OMNIVISION and then explain more about this in-cabin connected health monitoring system? Tell us more about what it is.
Yeah, of course. I think maybe from high level to make image cameras successful in the industry, definitely we need a lot of partners and from different angles, from different expertise. And definitely Philips is one of them from a healthcare point of view, right? They are a very strong player there. And with this year's announcement, I think that's still in a concept phase, but it shows a very feasible way to have real-time data in the car to monitor the vital signs from the driver.
Yes.
And this is actually add-on our current DMS feature, driver monitor, which is only for your to monitor the driver's attention, drivers whether they feel tired.
Right.
But on top of that, we can from the signal of the system, you can monitor the well-being, which is a big step forward.
A huge step forward. And Paul, this partnership that you have with Philips, tell us more about OMNIVISION's role in that partnership.
Exactly. I think still our strength is in the image sensor field, right? So in this particular concept, we use our in-cabin most latest generation X5B, which is a 5 meg global shutter sensor, which has a tremendous improvement compared with our previous generation in terms of the IR quantum efficiency, sensor compactness, and the low light sensitivity. And all this will help get a very good signal even at a very low light condition. From those signals, Philips can do the processing and can read out or analyze the vital signs out of it.
Right, right. And Paul, that was my next question because OMNIVISION's OXO 5B1S or X5B, as you said, how does that sensor then enhance the in-cabin health monitoring system? How does that sensor enhance the whole functionality of what you're displaying here?
Yes, I think first of all, this is our first RGB IR sensor for 5 meg, and it can do two functions at the same time. The IR channel can do the DMS only, and the RGB, of course, you can do the OMS, occupant monitor system.
Right.
And actually, the color image, the color information will be utilized by the Philips software or ISP to get the vital signs signals and do the further analysis to extract the data.
Right, right. We know that there is a lot happening in the in-cabin ecosystem right now, but Paul, when we look at this solution that you're demonstrating here with Philips, how does that compare to maybe other in-cabin systems that are currently in the automotive industry? Or maybe asked another way, what is the value for OMNIVISION's customers that may be different from other offerings that are in the industry?
Exactly. I think it provides a closed loop for the in-cabin experience.
Yeah.
Basically, with the real-time vital signs out of this system. It can input into the car system, and it can lively change the car settings like multimedia,
Yes.
lighting, air condition, everything. And based on all these different changes, it can give more comforts to the driver experience.
Right.
And I think that should be the first industry first concept or demo for this kind of application.
Paul, when we look at what OmniVision is doing right now in the market, OmniVision's trajectory in automotive, and the solutions that you offer, how do you see yourself impacting the future of automotive, let's call them automotive experiences, if you will? How do you see OmniVision shaping that future automotive experience?
Yeah, as you know, our company provides a whole product portfolio to cover different segments of the market. I think from the entry level, which is a basic feature, it's just okay if you meet the basic feature, and the middle end, it will add more functions for comfort, and of the high end, you have to add more values. And our joint demo or joint announcement with Philips definitely focusing on the high end, which is not only the practical features, but add more functions for the well-being of the driver, for the well-being of the driver experience.
Right, absolutely. And to recap that again, here at AutoSens and InCabin Europe 2024, OmniVision and Philips are jointly demonstrating a prototype of the world's first in-cabin connected well-being monitoring solution. Now, this in-cabin connected health monitoring system tracks vital signs such as heart rate, and breathing rate and stress levels of the driver. Using this real-time data, the system can adjust car settings such as the climate control, such as the media, the lighting, and the seating to ultimately enhance the driver's comfort or safety. And then it can even recommend adaptive or alternate routes or brakes if necessary to ensure a safer driving experience. And so you think of the value that brings to somebody who's on a long trip,
right?
Driving a long way. So wonderful announcement, Paul. Always a pleasure to talk to you. So as we do each and every time, from all of us here at AutoSens and InCabin, want to wish you the best of luck going forward. Congratulations on all the successes over the last year. Wish you many more successes in the next year. Have a great rest of the show. Safe travels back home, and let's do this again real soon.
Okay, thank you, Carl.
More to come from AutoSens and InCabin Europe 2024 from the Fira de Barcelona alongside Paul Wu. I'm Carl Anthony, AutoVision News Radio.